Hi all, Agent here. We're going to fly a helicopter this time. It's going to be a short 8-minute video and give you some tips and tricks on what to do in certain situations. First and foremost, it's not a drone. Nothing is encased except the blink module at the core. Everything else is on the outside. Does not use thrusters. Uses props and heli blades. It cannot fly without the heli blades, so this is classified as a propter or a helipropter. First thing I notice, the things I built this to fight are in this match. Unfortunately, one of them has lock-on missile launchers. This is meant to be an interceptor to take down bombers and other drones that use plasma because they are at a disadvantage unless you're extremely skilled with plasma against a laser copter. So that's what we're going to use. I used to use laser copters all the time before Fast and Formidable and before the energy bar update, which was Fast and Formidable, that ruined all of the copters I used to use. They were big giant waffle copters, as I called them. But those don't work anymore. They don't have enough firepower to fight, and they move way too slowly to get out of the way of flak, and flak has become far too prevalent lately to make those actually viable. So we take on the couple aircraft, and then we get locked onto again by the lock-on guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide right here, and I'm going to use this to keep the line of sight blocked. And then when he gets into position, I'm going to come up and I'm going to shoot his lock-on missile launchers off. And he can deal some damage to me. Next I'm going to aim for his props, which I do, and we're going to take him out of the sky. And once he's on the ground and unarmed, he's an extremely easy target to finish off. It doesn't get any easier than that. And there you have it. We have dealt with that. And those are particularly difficult to deal with, the double LOML copters and the double LOML interceptors, because you have to shoot two of them off and not just one. So they're very, very much more difficult to deal with. Typically, by the time you've shot one off, they're already firing from the other one. So you're going to be taking some kind of damage, and you got to make sure you're in a good position to retreat, which is why I have blink in this build. So we shot another copter down. I'm trying to get the final shots on him. I'm a little rusty with lasers. I haven't actually played with them a lot, and I'm not shooting very well in this match. I miss a lot more than I should be. But I'll just have to warm up with them again and get back into the swing of it. I've been really heavy on rails and plasma lately. And then I went ahead and took the plasma off of this and put lasers on it. Because I have like 2 or 3 of these things, and they don't all need to be plasma. I just need one good plasma, one good laser, and that's it. I don't need several iterations of the same build. So we're going to defend our tower. I don't know what's going on with this guy, why he's just sitting there like that, but I'm going to take the free kill. I'm going to take the free points and the free damage. So that's that. We're going to move back over and we're going to fight the bombers, which is the entire purpose of playing this build, was to be able to go out there and intercept bombers as well as capture towers. Well, I could have mounted a LOML on something like this and probably intercepted pretty well with it, or even plasma. I've been pretty good at hitting moving targets with plasma in the air. But the bright side to this is that I can capture towers effectively with it too. I can hover right over top of the towers and shoot right down those connector strips. So I took notice of the bomber bombing my team, but I'm backing off because he's got his lock-on missile launcher buddy right there with him. Pretty sure those two guys were in a party. So I'm going to back off because I'm assuming the whole point of a bomber and a LOML interceptor is that the lock-on missile launcher interceptor will cover the bomber so that he can bomb the ground target. So I don't really want to engage both of them at the same time, and if I do, I want to be shooting at the lock-on missile launcher interceptor first. Now that the bomber's out of the picture, we're going to move on and attack the LOML interceptor. Luckily for me, he's flying low, so I've got a good vantage point on him. Looks like he's having some trouble getting off the ground. Perfect for me. That's what I want. Air to ground with lasers, it works pretty well. The problem is that you're going to have to shoot the enemy's guns off if they're using any kind of tanky build, because these builds, this particular build is not very tanky. All you have to do is shoot the rotor blades off of it, and it can't really fly anymore, so it's got that weakness. It relies heavily on being the one to dictate when the battle starts and when the battle ends, which is what the blink is for. I've got to be able to get in and get out and fight on my terms and not somebody else's to be the most effective. So we're going to help our guys over here. We've got one last tower to capture. It looks like we're down a guy, but they're down 2 guys. So we do have an advantage in numbers. They have a lot of aircraft, but luckily I am also flying and able to get around the map pretty quickly. Not only just because I'm in the air, but I've got the blink. I don't really use it in this match, but I use it in a lot of other matches to get around more quickly, especially when I'm using a ground build. Very helpful. So at this point, we're going to have a little lesson in target management. I'm going to get down here and shoot this guy's guns off while the other guy I just shot down is damaged. I want to weaken him and I want to reduce his firepower, and then I'm going to turn around after I've done that, and I'm just going to ping the other guy so he doesn't heal up. I did shoot his blades off to cripple him and drop him out of the sky, and then turn my attention over to the immediate threat to our tower, which was the mech. So we're going to shoot his blades off again, we're going to knock him down, and then we're going to go focus on the guy that is now the threat to our tower. But first we're going to ping that guy, we're going to ping him, that way neither one of them starts their auto regen, and then we're going to do some more damage to the guy attacking our tower. We're going to flip around back and forth to all 3 targets and just ping them. As long as you ping them within 10 or 11 seconds, you'll stop their auto heal. They may get a little bit started at 10 or 11 seconds, but it's not going to be enough to make a difference. So you're keeping them crippled while you're dealing with the threat, and that's what I'm doing here. Is I want to make sure I can handle all 3 of these guys alone, even though I did get some teammates or a teammate to come over and help out. I want to be able to manage all 3 targets myself. So if you've shot their guns off, you've got 10 seconds to do other things, and you can turn your attention away from them and shoot something else, but you've got to turn your attention back before they get that auto heal going. So we finished off one target, our teammate finished off the other, and now we're going to finish off the 3rd target. We're taking some damage, but that's okay. It's not really going to knock us out of the sky. And where he's gone, he's pretty much as good as done. Our team finished the job in their reactor. It looks like they had a quitter or something, so it wound up being 5v7, but it started out at 7v6. So that's just some tips on managing targets and dealing with lock-ons. See you next time.